Hi everybody. Well, I've bought another Metcalfe kit of a signal box, and it's all wrong. I'm going to have to alter it again. It's wrong because I want it to represent the one that's in this picture here. Maybe I should just try scratch building the thing in the first place. Never mind, let's crack on. Well, this is the pack that I bought. It's the PM133 signal box kit from Metcalfe. And basically what the problem is this door here, where the signalman goes into this little box, is on the wrong side. And for me, it needs to be on the other side. So I'm going to have to alter it that way. And I'm not sure if I want this brick at the bottom. I think I would prefer it to be this sort of yellow planking on the bottom, but I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. But also I want to try and wrap it either way. It might be I might wrap this bottom bit just to find out what happens and how it goes, because I don't like the corners. Every time I try and paint them, I'll muck it up. So I'm thinking about now wrapping this one. I can download from Scale Scenes some red brick, and hopefully and it's to scale, and so hopefully I should just be able to wrap that round and cover up all these joints. Yeah, so we'll wait and see. I might even do the sides as well, these columns, these two columns, because they'll be showing green, white on green. That's going to show like hell. So I might just cover that in paper to the green colour, and see how we go from there. Yeah, so I'm gonna crack on and do this one. It's only a little kit. It shouldn't take, well, if you're going to do it normally it wouldn't take me too long, but I've got a feeling this is going to take me a while to get it right, or at least half decent anyway. So I'm going to carry on. Alright then, as you can see I made a start, and I made a start on the top section, which isn't where you're supposed to start. You're supposed to start on the bottom section. But I made a start on the top section because I've got to work out what I'm going to do. One of the problems I've got is this bit here, this tab. Okay, I'm going to have to cut that off. But that's for joining on the back, like that. But you can see my problem. I'm going to have this bit of card sticking out. That's going to be an issue. So I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to take a photograph of the planking, try and shrink it down on the computer. I only actually want, I think, is this part here, this little bit here is what I want, what I need. I'm going to print that off on some paper and try and stick it over the top of this one. I might have to stick it right the way over the top and then cut the door and the window out. Well, not the door, but definitely the window. And then I'm going to have to, the door is going to have to go here. I'm going to have to cut that out now. I had it somewhere. There's the door of the toilet. Oh no, is it the toilet? I don't know. It's supposed to go there. I don't know where it's supposed to go. Anyway, that is going to go something like that. I'm going to cut the door off, and it's going to go something like that. So hopefully it will look okay once it's all cut out. Wish me luck. Hey, let's have some fun. Right, I just thought I'd show you what I've done. I've managed, what I've done, I've taken a photograph of this area here, because I want this little square here to go on this side, and I've imported it into the computer, and I've used a program called Inkscape to resize it, and I printed it off. It's just a very quick print off, and there you go. And this is what I've come up with. Don't know if the camera can pick that out, but I'm going to cut this off, cut this out, and as you can see that is the same size virtually as the tab. Oh, you can't see it. There you go, as the tab. That's virtually the same size. Hopefully it'll all match up and you won't really see it. And I'm going to use this corner here to go over this bit here. Something like that. Yeah, I think that's worked out quite well. So, and that didn't take me long. I'd say it was a program called Inkscape. I'll be coming back to that later on. I found that program on YouTube from a guy called Michael from I think it's Chadwell Engage Model Railway. He is an expert at Inkscape. I am not, but it took me 30 seconds to resize this, and it's done a really good job. Because all you really got to do, all I had to do was measure this bit here, which is 65mm by 20mm, and that gave me the box on the computer of that size, and I just had to make that box fit that, and it was all done. It was all down to scale. A little bit of adjustment and it was all down to scale. It took me about 30 seconds. I was amazed. It was really, really easy. And I'm damn sure I'm going to be I'm really sure that I'm going to be using that program again. In fact I am, because I'm going to be using it for scratch building at some point. So yeah, yeah, I'm really pleased. I'm going to crack on. Right, what you'll find me doing is I've just glued on a piece of paper on the back, and I put some PVA on the front just to glue this tab back, and this is an offcut of the paper screw, whatever it's called, and I'll put that back in just to give it a bit of reinforcement. But what I've done, what I've got here, I've got a little bit of an offcut of Metcalfe paving, and I've got the paper which I printed out the new top bit that's going to go on here. What this is, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here, and I'm going to glue this on here just to see what the paper does. If it all wrinkles up, it's not going to be any good, is it? And whether the ink's going to run. So I just thought I'd try it out and see what happens. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue, not much. It's only an ordinary, well, just PVA, that's all it is. That will do, no more than that. I'm just going to press that on there and see the end result. Okay. There you go, at a minute that looks okay. Excuse me. But I will let that dry and come back to it in half hour or so, and hopefully I'll be able to then cut out the proper piece and put it in front. That's the plan. I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna press out that window. Oh, it's fallen out. That's a bit of luck. Pull that window out. Turn it over. It'll fit in there like that. A little bit of glue. like so. That's the wrong bit. What have I done with it? I'll tell you what, I'll just use that bit. Slide that over. Not quite at the window, so that's good. Wet that down with some more PVA. Using the brush just to push it down. Right, now I'm going to leave that to dry. Talking of drying, I don't know if you can see, that has worked out okay. It hasn't run, the paint hasn't run, and it hasn't wrinkled up either. So that's going to be a way forward for the next bit on the front. Right, what I'm cutting out now is the opening for the new doorway, which is going on this side. This is where it can all go horribly wrong. Because it's right on that join. There you go, come out alright. Get rid of that, and there's the doorway. Hopefully that will slot in. Like so. I think that's going to be okay. I'm just going to glue that in place. What I'm going to do is glue it in place. I'm going to turn it over. And like this one, I'm just going to put a bit of paper across the back. Right, seeing as that's a success, I've cut this piece out from the photograph that I took, and I'm just going to PVA glue it into place on this bit here to just cover up all this, and hopefully it'll work just fine. Right, where's my tweezers? Just gotta get that nicely in place. Let's go. There you go. That's the first bit done. I've left the overhang so I can wrap it around the edge, and that will hopefully hold the back in place when it's all glued up. Yeah, I think that's coming on okay. I thought I'd just put up these photos of what I've been doing with the lower half of the signal box. They've basically just been pressed out, wrapped and put together as normal. No cutting involved. They look better by the eye than they do on the monitor or on the computer screen. Because when they're blowed up, they look quite bad. But with the naked eye, they look all right. The white marks I will dull down with brown pencil and grey pencil anyway, so it's probably not going to be seen. But I just thought I'd bring your attention to that. Right, it's funny how things progress and how you get ideas. You got this far. And I was just about to sort the roof out, and I realised I was going to put a light in it, and I suddenly realised that, you know, with the light in there, you might just see the inside of an empty box. So with that in mind, I purchased a few items. It's still not glued together yet. Coming on, it comes off at the minute. As you can see, I put a plate in there. Now that is from, if I can find it, the Ratio Engage signal box kit. There it is, all the interior. You've got everything there you need. Got some etched brass fittings to go on it as well. Hopefully the camera can pick that up. Very fine indeed. And I've been out and bought some grey primer and some white spray, but that's for something else. Oh yeah, I've got to give this a wash, spray it up. It's the levers that I really want. They're obviously going to be painted black. And I've got to fit them, if you can see, in these grooves. Why do I always buy challenging things? Hopefully it'll turn out okay. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to carry on doing that. Now I'm not going to film that. You'll see it when it's done, because I've got a funny feeling it's going to take me a while, and there might be a lot of swearing involved. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Well, there it is, all stuck together now. I was quite right, there was quite a lot of swearing involved, but not from actually putting it together. That was actually quite easy. I just used super glue and then applied it with an old paper clip that I bent off, and just held them in place for about 5 to 10 seconds, and yeah, they stuck okay. But the swearing, well, no, I've lost count of the amount of times I've stuck myself to the board. But it's done now. He says it'll be great relief. All I've got to do now is wait for the glue to dry properly, and then paint it up black, and I'm going to stick them in. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Hopefully when the light's on now, you'll be able to see something inside it. I'll put the other bits and pieces in there as well. I think there's a chair and a shelf and some bits and pieces. I might try and paint them up, I don't know yet. But yeah, I think it's coming on okay. So let's carry on. While I'm waiting for the paint to dry on me levers, I thought I'd come back to you and tell you what I'm going to do with the rest of the build, because I've almost finished the signal box, but there's actually 3 to 4 little models in there. There's a lamp hut and there's a plate layers hut, and I'm not actually sure where they go on the layout or where they're going to go, but I'm going to build them, but I'm not going to film them. You'll see them when they're done. I am going to, but what I want to draw your attention to is this little building here, which is a small signal box. This is one that's coming quite handy, because on the Pickering station, on the platform, there is a building very similar to this at the other end of, as you go into this, as the train comes into the station, it's on the left hand side. at the beginning of the platform. I don't know what it's used for. Maybe a little, I don't know, little rest hut for the drivers. Maybe, I don't know. I'll put a picture up of it now. As you can see, it's very similar, but I don't need the red bits on the bottom, so I'm just going to cut them off, and I'm just going to place this straight on the platform as it is, and hopefully it'll look okay as a representation of what is actually there. Yeah, so I'm going to get on and do that, and I'll come back to you when it's done. There you go, all 4 models, and they're complete. This one here, I'm still waiting for the paint to dry. I've done the chimney pot on this time around, and I won't wait for the paint to dry. I've just giving it a coat of black paint. Now the keen-eyed amongst you will realise that the large signal box there hasn't got any steps going up to it, and that's because of the signal box that this is based on up in Pickering. It has a ramp going up to it, which leads off from the platform. So I'm going to scratch build that. It's going to be incorporated into the platform. I'll put a picture up of it now. As you can see, it goes right up to this level here. So yeah, I think it's going to be okay. I've never scratch built anything before, and I've never used this program before. I've found it on YouTube. A guy called Michael, who's got a YouTube channel called Chadwell, who uses it all the time. He's very good with it. I am not. So it'd be interesting to see how it all comes out. So yeah, we'll carry on. I think I'll bring this little video to an end now, and I think I'll just leave you with the last shot of it, all 4 models, and obviously the signal box all lit up. Yeah, I think that looks quite good. And I'll do the ramp in the next video. So I'm going to be using, obviously I'm going to be using the Inkscape program, and I want to just get myself used to using it, and hopefully in the next model it'll be a complete scratch build, and then it'll be back onto the Metcalfes again. But as this one's turned out okay, I'm really pleased. Right, I'll see you next time.